Okay, we are back. We are back. I believe this video is part of the, check the notes. This is, okay, interview questions, as this one will be a sleeper. Let's see, the last video we had, creating a function that takes in some arguments, but this one is, so during these interview questions, you're going to receive a series of different types of questions, ranging from JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React Native, Node, different types of databases. Today, another sleeper question: how to center a div with a div. You hear the accent? A div. How to center a div without using flexbox or grid. How to center a div without using flexbox or grid. All right, now there's a number of different ways to do this in HTML, obviously using some type of CSS, but let's give it a shot. These are, usually you're going to end up receiving the majority, if it's front end, the majority of the questions are going to be JavaScript based and or React, if that's the framework that you're working with. And one or two CSS questions, not many, but usually it's a sleeper. So I actually have the terminal up and running, so let's do this. All right, so how to center a div. Well, first let's, we have a file already. You can place that index.html in any actual directory. And I believe I already actually have live server running. If you don't, you can just right click if you have the extension live server installed via the actual extensions. All right, let's see here, but let's start the actual document here. Shortcuts in VS Code, an exclamation mark and the enter key will give you a bare bones HTML structure. And we're just working with a div with some content here. So let's add the actual div and we're going to try to style it. So let's add the styles in the actual document itself. And this way we don't have to include them or anything like that. So we have the styles. We'll add a class called center me. With a rule. It'd probably be nice if we add the actual class to the div. So class name, nope, actually that's for React. So class with just standard HTML. So class equals center me. Okay. And now that that class is associated with this, with the actual rule here, let's actually take a look and see what we got. So we want to be able to see the div so we can actually know if we're centering it or not. So let's start with, let's give it a border of 1x solid, black. Okay. And I don't see anything over here. Let's refresh. Okay. Oh, I see a long line from left to right. Okay. Let's give it a width. We'll give it a width of 400 pixels. Okay, and all right, and so that's looking good. And all right, let's actually move this over a little bit. There we go. So it is not centered. It's actually it's 400 pixels. Let's make it a little bigger, and give it a height. We'll give it a height of 400. That's not how you spell height, not even close. There we go. 400. All right, and again, we're not using flexbox or grid, but now we have this div, and this div could be any container. And just imagine this div has a header, has some images, has some text, has some some H1s, a number of different paragraphs. And let's put some text inside it. Okay, wonderful text. That's beautiful. Now we want to center it. All right, so all we need to do to center this is adjust the margins. So top and bottom will be 0. We're using the top and bottom will be 0, and then left and right we'll place the auto. And there you have it. You have just centered your div. And if they say as an added bonus to center the actual text that's inside, we can use the text align property as well and set that to center. And we have this the actual contents, the text that's centered. If that was an image, and anything inside that container would be centered as well. So there you have it. Short, simple, and sweet, but surprisingly enough, this does throw a number of developers off because you're like, wait a minute, everyone's using Flexbox, everyone's using Grid. How do I just center it with bare bones CSS? No plugins, no libraries, no this, that, and the other, and you're good to go. All right, full stack out. A nice short one today. Not bad, not bad. All right, like and subscribe so you can get the rest of the content. Talk with you later. Bye.